Main menu. Totally an asset. You can change the UI scale if you want, I guess. That's the thing. Yeah. I recorded this video like a week ago, so I'm just trying to put some narration on it. I'm just going through the panels, showing what you can and can't do with the. So most of this stuff is not even linked to anything, but you can slide sliders and pretend to be affecting change, but no, there's not much to it. So we'll hit play. That's what I did there. Hit play, or you can hit the P key. P. So here's the. Wow, this is an old build. This is the planet surface. Now this is generated from a. This is generated from a 4096 by 2048 texture, and then it uses the colors to make the height map. So not bad. Looks all right. It needs some flair. Needs some water and some rocks and stuff, but no, it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how the terrain generation tool came out. Yeah, doesn't look bad. Like I said, it just needs. This is you gotta remember, this is the underground. Basically, this is the what everything else gets put on top of. All right, so I guess I'll just run around for a while. Oh, I'm looking at the the beacon in the sky. Yeah, that was an original thing that was placed at a specific position, and it's just doesn't seem to translate properly with the terrain. There it is, just up there in the sky. It's a beacon. I have more on the beacons, so I'll probably do another video next week, talk about the beacons, but because they've totally become useful. God, this the hotbar is just, well, it's rancid. Yeah, I've replaced that whole, gutted that whole entire code and replaced it. So yeah, just wasn't working out. So yeah, I'm just gonna run around the terrain here, I guess, and yeah, at some point I'm gonna do something else. I forget when. Like I said, I recorded this video again a week ago, and I planned on narrating at that point, but with some drama. Yeah. So, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go to the ship. What are we gonna do? Oh, we're gonna click on the settings. No, we're gonna play with this radial. So that's my radial menu buttons. Now we're going to the ship. So here we are, moving to the ship. Now this is all just mock-up at the moment. You're not gonna have a button to go to the ship, but this is the ship. It's a combination of dynamically generated floor plan level, and then some of it I just bolt on some prefabs. There's me apparently checking out the bridge indicator, the bridge label. These are going to be portal pods. Portal pods. Does that even make sense? These are going to be places you can just jump in and port elsewhere, but they are pretty much just fodder at the moment. Screens. There's the engines. There's the engine room. There's the external of the ship, exterior of the ship. Just stuff. I've got cameras and I'm doing render textures and just kind of showing off things. There's my little bobs. I think they're bobs. Might be Ted's. I forget. There's the planet you're orbiting is right there on that screen over there. God, I'm going really fast. Yeah, there's a little automaton sitting on the desk. This is another automaton. The blue one's the male, the red one's the female. They're cycling through animations, doing stuff and things. Just basically wanted to get my feet wet with, having NPCs do animations. So they're just little tabletop dancers, and they do all kind of stuff. It looks like they do the same thing, but okay. So here's a survey node, surveyor. Here's another surveyor. And these are all your mining nodes, mining drones. They're all kind of there-ish. I don't know how, yeah, I've made so many changes in the last week. This looks old to me. This just looks old to me. Alright, so I think I'm going to run down this. There's the planet. Like I said, there was a screen back in the control room that showed you the planet. So yeah, there's the planet that you're orbiting at the moment. And yeah, this is the cargo room. Very much work in progress. There's I haven't done a lot with this because I don't have any cargo to put in the cargo room. But yeah, these you see, you get that little cog. Yeah, that's all been reworked. The interactive panels totally reworked this week. But yeah, if you see, you'll see the cog when you get near something that's interactable. Your mouse cursor, which has also been changed. Yeah, this is just. I feel like I should do this all the time. Just talk about all the crap that I had a week ago and say it's much better now. Yeah. So when you hover over an item that has an interaction, can be interacted with, it changes to a cog. Like right there, there's a cog. There's a panel, an interactive panel, and this has gotten 100% better since this video. I like this, yeah. I like this going in the future and then, narrating what it is after the fact. This is nice. So I'm kind of trying to show here that there's a that's where the survey drones are up top there. Your mining drones were over on the side. Yeah, again, a lot of this is handcrafted. Pretty much if you go into a room, that's a prefab, that's handcrafted. Yeah, again, I'm just showing off that there's interaction with lots of things. A lot of these interactive panels don't have anything behind them. It's time, right? Just time. This is the production or manufacturing room. This is where you're going to produce components and higher end materials. A lot of these are all just concepts. What should it look like? So yeah, it's probably going to change. This is a conveyor belt that kind of supposedly feed into the manufacturing unit, whatever, 3D printer, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, materials would be on the belt, moving in, come out at the end. God, this is all work in progress. It's the concept. This is the concept. So yeah, haven't got much here to look at. Yeah, I like showing off my little labels. Yeah, that's production. That's the production room. We'll go across the street. This is the processing room. So again, you see that that asset over there. That's like a telepod. That's where you're gonna. So if you port in from the control room, you'll be in that pod. But I'm not sold on it. It's just kind of a concept. A lot of this stuff is concept. I just in the middle of doing things. Takes time. So yeah, this is my processor. So basically raw materials are going to come in one end, come out the other. I think I come back to that in a minute. But yeah, basically your raw materials are going to come in and get refined, and then they're going to pop out the other side. This is the engine room. Mind the pink screen. I don't have anything to display on it yet, so I just put pink. No, pink is pink is not just whatever. Assume there's going to be content displayed on that screen eventually. Again, you can see the interactive nature of things. Yeah, if you mouse over it, you get the cursor. There's the engines. Nice engines, big engines. I guess we'll go look at the other side. More engines. Excellent. Some holes. I think there's a hole in the space. Plug that hole. fixing a hole. Yeah, so I'm looking for holes here now. Now that I found one hole, I'm looking for another hole. Yeah, there's some silliness, and this was a difficult construction. I remember having a lot of problems getting everything cleared up. Now we're going to go downstairs into the drone bay. Got some underpants issues. You can see underneath the floor there, so I got to fix all that. Just gonna run through here. I love those glass tile. I love being able to see out of the ship. I like that. So yeah, there's our one of our drone pads. There's one of our mining drones. That's a that's a tier 3, I believe. So that's the bigger ones you're gonna get eventually that are gonna do really cool stuff. Here's a tier 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just went size-wise. I mean, the bigger the drone, the higher the tier. Yeah, so I'm looking in the ship. Yeah, I forget what my whole incentive was here. I was making this video. Yeah, we'll check out these guys. Here's the tiny guy. That's your first tier of mining drone. So it's what you would expect for a first tier. And I believe this one, yeah, that's the tier 4, maybe. I don't know. It's one of the tiers. It's bigger than the tier 1. Yeah, this is the drone bay. Subject to change, but had fun making this one. I think again I'm going to show that I have some underpants that I need to put on there, because you can see right up in there. Alright, so what are we going to do here now? I guess we're going to run back. I think we're going to run back to the processing center. Nope, that's the engine room, or the power generation. This is, I'm going to go back to processing. I'm going to show you some panels that have been completely rewritten since this. Yeah, so, yeah. All this is just archaic at this point. After a week, I've already rewritten all this. I guess I'm showing that you can hover over, kind of does a cool little thing. Yeah, I completely revamped all this, so pay attention to the next video because it's going to be a lot better. That whole thing is not as crappy, really. So, click away. Yep. Okay. And at this point, I think I probably moved back to the control room to kind of show you something, and I think it's going to break. I'm pretty sure it's going to break because I had to make a second video. I had to go in and fix the code and then make a second recording. So we'll probably pick up on that second recording in a minute. Well, there's the planet just kind of rotating around, as planets do. Yeah, I'm proud of those little look down, look. Open space. Yeah, no, it's this was this control area was totally constructed. It's not dynamically generated. I tried really hard to. Okay, here's the upgrades. Here's where we talk about the upgrades. So, obviously you see there's a lot of placeholder stuff here. If you want to look at the flavor text for each of the tiers, you can do that at your leisure. But yeah, basically I just got I got all the tiers of things you can upgrade on your ship, and then just default text, something tech, whatever. Here's the bonus you get. Here's the requirements to unlock it. So you're going to unlock, the top one is unlocked, the second one's ready to be unlocked, and then you've got the ones with the red locks on them, or the tiers that you have not yet unlocked. So that's, it's all tier-based lock unlocks. Standard stuff. Alright, and here's our dudes still hanging out, doing whatever they're doing. Just, they're just, those are Mixamo, so they're just kind of rotating through a couple thousand animations-ish. I don't know. Seems like they always do the same thing. Yeah, so here's my, so we're gonna, oh, here's where I broke. I'm like, oh, it's broken. Like any good user, I clicked the launch button 17 times to see if it maybe would just do it, but it didn't. So here's the point where, yeah, I'm gonna come back with the next video. So we'll wait for me to get irritated. There we go, and then I'll come back in a minute with the new video. So yeah, here's what I was trying to show off before we had the technical glitch. So we launch it, it takes off, and this is just a camera sitting on the survey drone. So yeah, it's gonna take off from the ship. It's gonna go land on the planet's surface, which is we're flat Earth kind of people at the moment. You'll see it when it kind of gets close. Let's look at 4,200 meters. So once it gets close, you'll kind of see it come in, and it's a flat Earth, flat planet, I guess. Unfortunately. So something to think about later. I've got ideas. I think I'm just going to have it head towards the sphere and then transition. But yeah, for now, you can see how flat planet this is. It's a terrain. So anyway, it's going to travel across the terrain as it's doing right now, and then it's going to go to. So basically, I'm breaking the terrain out into chunks, and it's going to go survey a chunk, like it's doing right now, and then after some time, it moves to the next chunk. So the idea is that it's gonna survey, get some kind of gauge of what sort of resources are available in that chunk, and then you'll be able to go down on the planet surface and look for that, stuff. Find the most optimal place on the planet surface in that chunk to drop your beacon, and your beacon will signal your harvester, your miner, to leave the ship and come down and start mining that resource. And the quality and amount of the resource will depend on what the quality, whatever. Basically, I'm going to do a heat map in a chunk. I'm going to do a heat map so you can kind of drill in and find the highest concentration of a material, put a beacon down, build a platform for the beacon, and we build a mining platform on top of it, and then the miner will leave the ship, come down, and start pulling that resource out of the ground. Yeah, no voxels. We're not chopping the terrain up. I don't like the terrain too much. I don't want you to beat it up with a pick or something. So yeah, and I think I do a little bit of chase the harvester here, which is fun if you got nothing else to do, I guess. And then I'm gonna wrap it up. I think that's where I'm going. I'm just running around enjoying my terrain. There he goes. There goes the harvester. I think there's it emits sound, so if you happen to be under it when it's flying by, you can definitely know it's come and gone, because it's I think it runs at, or it's this particular tier of harvester is 100. It does 100 meters per second, and I think you do maybe 10 meters per second. So yeah, it comes and goes pretty fast. I think I was trying to figure out if I could just sit here in the path of it So there's a node. These little bubbles, and they look better now. But these little bubbles are its survey node. So it lights them up on the terrain. And again, if you look down on it, and this should fade away as it gets further away. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. So at that point, now this is sped up. I mean, it's going to go a lot slower. You know, why wouldn't it? Gotta have the reason to upgrade them. But yeah, this is just for prototyping. So it just zings around the terrain, stopping at these nodes that are equidistant, around the terrain. All right, and then I think I play around here with, and I say how broken this is, but it is what it is. These are, it's broken right now. But you can select a different, you won't be able to do this in the release, but for prototyping, you can gonna change the terrain. So this is more of a water planet, terrestrial, I guess, or whatever it was. So yeah, this eventually is going to have water, swimming and fishing and whatnot. But yeah, just showing off the terrains. So yeah, this is certainly more of a water planet. All that blue is pretend it's water. It's but the harvester is still doing this thing. It's gonna, well, probably not. It probably broke because I changed the terrain out underneath them. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for this week. Next week there's a bunch of updates because a lot of that shit is just better. So like, follow, subscribe. I guess that's what I say. I'm supposed to say that. And yeah, we'll see you next week.